Wow. Sure. Okay. And so quick question. Now you mentioned to me in speaking, I know we were talking earlier, um, that there's two main avenues to appeal a property tax assessment. And we have a lot of homeowners. WVON has over 180,000 listeners. And so we have a lot of people. And real quick, and I apologize, let me get the number out there again to our listeners: 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. If you have a question about your property taxes, we want you to call in now. Greg is it's going to be he's going to come back on again another time, but 773-591-1690. If you have a question about your property taxes, anything, assessments, you've added an addition, anything like that, we don't want people to lose their homes over something simple. And that's why Greg is here. We're excited to have you here. Now, Greg, you mentioned again that there's two main avenues to appeal a property's tax assessment. What are they and how do they work? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Hmm. I love. How often does it change, Greg? Like, is it every year, every time you make a change to the house? How often does it change? Okay. Okay. Wow. So you can appeal. So basically, I mean, and everybody's taxes are going through the roof right now. So you're saying that people can appeal twice a year. Wow. Wow. And this applies to, like you said, not commercial, but homeowners, right? The uniformity. Okay. 773. All right. 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. 1690. We're talking about property taxes. They were due Monday. And a lot of times in the community, we've got issues. We've got a gentleman on right now who's talking about property taxes and the solutions that they provide. If you have any questions or anything, uh, call in. Okay, so how do you earn your pay then, Greg? If you're helping everyone else out? First, we got to get a reduction. Understood. Okay, and so describe your systems and how you operate today. Okay, okay. I love that. So I mean, it's incredibly easy then for anyone. So even if they couldn't call in tonight, they can visit the your website. Can you give that website again? PropertyTaxSolutions.com. And Greg, real quick, what differentiates you from your competitors? Now, I'm pretty sure there's other places out there attempting to do the same thing. What differentiates you? Okay. 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 Love it. Okay, Greg. I'm going to stop you there. We got somebody calling in. Dennis. It looks like we have Dennis on the line. Do you have a question, Dennis, for Greg? Hi. Thank you for calling, Dennis. And Greg, give him your information so in case he has another question. Okay. Excellent. Okay. I love that. All right. Say that one more time, Greg. I love it. Now, Greg, let's go ahead and I want you to finish up with that. How you're different from your competitors. We just had that call. We wanted to make sure we got him in. Okay. Mhm. Oh wow. Mhm. All right. Great. Quick question. So, because we have a lot of people who will listen to the show, call in. What is the process? Meaning, they want to work with you. What is the process they need to take? Call and set up an appointment, I'm assuming, first. Okay. Okay. And give us the number again. And that's property. Say your name again. PropertyTaxSolutions.com. I'm putting this on our social media. PropertyTaxSolutions.com. I love it. And we're going to, there we go. WVON listeners, you've heard it. PropertyTaxSolutions.com with Greg Hilton. This was good. Thank you, caller, for calling in. Please visit their website. Please give them a call. They are here to help you. Excuse me. I'm excited about it. Greg, we got to have you back. Okay? We'll have you back again to talk about this. We'll have you in the studio next time. All right? I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, Greg, looks like we got another call. Don't hang up. Hi, Dennis. This is James with 1921 Radio Show. You have a question for Greg? Oh, we got Dennis on. It's okay. All right, it's replaying my Okay. All right, Greg. I'm sorry. That looks like there was a mishap. Dennis had to hang up. But hey, thank you very much. We're going to have you back on. I'll give you a call. We'll have you back on so we can make sure, and we'll love to hear those case studies. Absolutely, Greg. Have a great evening. Bye bye. All right, WVOM family. Listen, we're talking about property taxes. We got to take care of this. This Greg at PropertyTaxSolutions.com. They are here to help. We do not want anyone losing their homes over taxes or figuring out, am I being overpaid? All right, am I being overpaid? He says that twice a year you get a chance to appeal your taxes and the value of those. Are you appealing them? I mean, you don't have to, if it's over. I mean, guys, listen, we already know property taxes are going up. We already know that. All right, so let's make sure that when opportunities are afforded to us and we have people who can answer questions that you may have, or you'd rather call them personally to get that. And I understand that, but the website is www.propertytaxsolutions.com. www.propertytaxsolutions.com. And their phone number is 312 448 9992. 312 448 9992. Okay, listen, I freaked out when I saw NBC5 News that morning talk about it and that they were due. I mean, mine were already in. I kind of just forgot about it. When you own a home or you own you own commercial property, anytime something pops up, you get a little nervous that you're like, oh, am I connected? I'm freaking out here. I was set, but there are a lot of people who are not just in our community, but all over the city. But you're listening to WVON AM 1690, and we are the voice of the nation, and we are in the community. And I want to make sure that you don't lose anything. And then two, you're not overpaying anything on your taxes. So please give PropertyTaxSolutions.com a call. If you're streaming, if you're watching us live on social media and YouTube, We've got their information going right across the screen right now. Okay, we want to thank our sponsors, Property Tax Solutions LLC. We want to thank our other sponsor, We Do. They help with moving at the speed of life, buy, sell, whatever you need, they are there for you. We Do. And Burst in the Books. We want to definitely thank Burst in the Books for being a sponsor. It's almost that time. It's almost that time. I got Cobb's, and that's the Chicago thing, I swear. I've lived in Minnesota and Germany, and I had never heard I've got Cobb's till I moved to Chicago. I had never even heard that before. At first, I moved here and we went over to some family friends' house, and that's probably the first time I heard I've got Cobb's, and that was like, wait, what? I got Cobb's. What on earth is that? And I want to welcome right now to the show. You know him, you love him. He is the father of the year. This is a brother literally doing a radio show with the baby. I love that. All right, that's what it means to step up and be the papa. All right, we got brother Tori Muhammad from Black Shy Eats, and I've got Cobb's, man. And let me tell you, okay, I have gone to Jasmine's Jars by Jasmine's banana pudding twice. Okay, twice, man, dude. Thank you so much. And
absolutely.
And I know we talked last time about Luella Southern Kitchen. I mean, I've been there so many times, man. I've literally, and I live in Hyde Park, and so I put in Luella Southern Kitchen. It's 40 minutes away, right?
Yeah,
bro. I don't care.
Even from Hyde Park.
I don't care. I go all the way up there, and I'll get it to go. I'll drive all the way up there, get it, and then come all the way back home and enjoy that bad boy. So I appreciate you, man. And I drove by my guy, the place on 70. Oh man, what is it? It was the G Spot.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I got to go in there. So I'm taking these to heart. And WVO and family, I hope you're supporting these Black-owned restaurants, because if you understand economics, all right, and job development, when we support and we go and eat at these restaurants, that continues to keep jobs in the community. These restaurants are in the community. They're all over. So if we don't eat there and we don't support them, right? And I've told people before, hey, it's your money. You spend it wherever you want to spend it, but you have to spend it in the community as well. You have to. I will go and I'm buying a bag from a brother. I met him. There's a young brother named Quasi. I call him young because he's younger than me. I think he is, at least. I was at an event, and I love bags, right? I got some nice bags. And I'm at this event, and then I see Quasi's bag. I'm like, oh my gosh, that bag is gorgeous. It's my brother named Lamar, and his company is called Rage. And so I said, I go,
man, you got one of them bags. Them bags are smooth.
I know, bro. I'm getting one of them off just seeing it. And so what happened was, I'm talking to Quasi, and then he introduced me to Lamar, and I said, man, I got to have this bag. I got to have this bag. And Quasi wouldn't give me his. I'm just kidding. I didn't ask for his. But I was like, I got to have it. And I said, hey, man, how much are these bags, And he's like, he gives me the price. I'm like, okay, bet. I mean, if I'm going to go to Burberry and buy a duffel bag for that amount, then I'm going to buy a bag from this brother. If I'm giving Burberry this amount of money, then I'm going to give this brother amount of money. And the bag is dope. I held it. It's been the leather. So shout out to my man Lamar. Free plug, man. His bags are dope. And they're all handmade. I love it.
I believe they got them at Macy's too now.
Oh, really? I wouldn't be surprised. They're gorgeous.
Yep.
And I
believe I saw that announcement.
Man, I'm getting it from the brother. But I say all that to say, buying his bag keeps him in business. It keeps his family business going. His family going. When we shop and eat at these restaurants, we keep jobs in the community. Then we don't have to keep asking everybody, when y'all gonna do something for the community? When we can do it ourselves.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Man, I love it, brother. Man, man, brother, I love your energy and spirit as always. And Quasi is a wonderful brother.
Yes.
Definitely deserving of support. And that's Black Chicago East is the name of the program, but We Got Cobb's is the theme behind it, right? Because as you know, so as we learn about this idea of We Got Cobb's, somebody's eating something You walk in and say, I got carbs, they're supposed to share with
Right.
you. So it's about sharing.
Yes.
Right? It's about us breaking bread together and making sure that anybody that comes to the table, they got a place to sit down and eat with us. Right?
Ooh.
So this is the whole theme of We Got Carbs, man. It's about the collective.
Yeah.
And that's why I say we got carbs and not I got carbs, because it ain't about the I.
Right. Oh man.
Yep.
I never even
It's
thought
about
about
the
that.
we.
Like I said, first time I heard it was when I'm in Chicago. I was like, you got what? I never even heard that term before. But listening to you break that down, phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I love it, man.
Yes, sir.
So who we got?
Yes,
Where
sir.
are we going to eat this week, brother?
Man, so listen, man, I got tagged in this about this restaurant on TikTok.
Okay.
Yesterday, and I went out today. Now it's a takeout spot in the south suburbs, 819 East Dalton, East 142nd Street in Dalton, Illinois.
Wow.
This takeout spot, man, it's ran by all sisters. They are blood sisters. The father was in there. He's kind of like just making sure they good,
Right.
and you know he fill in where he need to fill in at. But the women is running the business. All his daughters.
Wow.
Right. So we popped in. My wife got pepper chicken and rice.
Okay.
It was a nice bowl, man. Absolutely delicious.
Wow.
Then, and it's all takeout, right? So of course, again, it's Ramadan, right?
Yep.
But I got the fried salmon to take home with me. And I just ate it. I ate it, about an hour ago. Slamming. Fried salmon.
Ooh, fried salmon. Wait. Fried salmon?
Fried salmon. When you thought there was nothing else they could do with some salmon.
Right.
They ain't fried it yet, right? So that fried salmon is delicious. The energy, the spirit was just wonderful, man. They are there doing what they do to serve the community. They got a food truck too. It's called the business is called Food for the Soul.
Okay.
Food for the Soul, 819 East 142nd Street, Black family-owned business. Sisters in there, man, doing it up well for the community.
I love that. And what was the name of it again?
Food for the Soul.
Food for the Soul. Okay.
Yep.
Love it.
So that's one we got to go to. Now, this one here, this is really a 2-for-1.
Okay.
Right? This is a traditional, old school staple in our community, Doc's. Doc's Fish.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Doc's Fish. Now, they have a new location. They've been there about maybe a year and a half now on 117th and Marshfield. What is it? Hold on.
Okay.
11710 South Marshfield Avenue over there in the Marshfield Plaza.
Okay.
Right? Now, along with all the traditional stuff they also have some egg rolls that they've added to the menu. So you can go in there and get some delicious egg rolls. You get that fish wish with cheese, the double. The shorties get the junior one. It's all that Doc's has been over the years. But they got an addition, like in the same address, but separate. This is like 11710 and a half and the whole number, whatever. But right next door, when you go in, when you go straight in, if you go to the right, it's Doc's. If you go to the left, it's Caribbean Jerk Corner.
Caribbean.
Now you got a brother. Now listen, man, this Chicago, right? So I can speak straight words.
Right.
We got more than enough jerk spots in Chicago, right?
Right.
And not that anyone can't do it, but I just feel a little bit better when the brother who's making my Caribbean, my Jamaican food is from Jamaica.
Not from Cleveland. And his name ain't Bilal.
Chicago. Hey, right. Now, Chicago-born chef could do it right now. I ain't taking nothing away from him, but it just adds to the experience. When he said, "No, man, what you want, that boy?" When he can talk to you with that accent. So that's what you got with Chef Brown over there, man. You got a straight-up Jamaican brother who learned from his mother how to cook that Caribbean Jamaican food, and they got some fire wings. They got some delicious menu items over there, even including jerk Alfredo.
I love it.
Go in there and get 2-for-1. right? If you and the spouse or you and whoever, y'all can't figure out what kind of takeout y'all want, you go over there and y'all got 2 options. Everybody can be happy.
Well, listen, I've never. It's not that I wasn't a fan of jerk. I just never we didn't grow up eating jerk, right? I mean, my dad's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My mother's from Lawton, Oklahoma, right? And so, there was no jerk chicken in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right? Back in the whatever they were, and then we lived in Minnesota. There were no jerk spots back in 1980, to 85.
Yeah, it wasn't that many when we was growing up.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was.
It seemed like it was the late 90s or early 2000s, somewhere around there. They more and more started popping up.
Oh,
and it was a lot more. It was a Jamaican family.
Okay.
Just like back in the day, back then, when if you indulged in the little smoking stuff,
right.
then you went to it. It was a Jamaican you got it from.
Right. It's true. Now, hey, here's what I just found out: that smoking marijuana is illegal in Jamaica. I just found it out.
I did not know that.
You cannot. Well, I guess at the resorts, maybe.
Okay.
It's at the resorts. You can't smoke. I was like, wait, it's Jamaica. I mean, that is.
And it's like a religious experience for the Rastafari.
So I could not believe that, man. But no, I will. So I never really was into jerk. I have it every once in a while. But my guy Sean owns a spot, the Caribbean. What is the name of it? It's right on 47. You got to try that one out. It's on 47 in Lake Park. It's called the Caribbean. I think it's called the Caribbean Jerk Joint. Or did you just say that name?
Yep. No, Jerk Corner.
Okay, so I think this is called the Caribbean Jerk Joint. I'm giving them out a free blast. I expect to get a half dinner, Sean, when I come in there, man. But that's kind of what got me. Like, my son loves that one. I mean, we'll get.
Oh yeah. That's right, Sean, because he got one on 87th Street too, don't he?
Oh, I don't know.
He got 2 of them.
Probably. I just know the one on 40 because he used to own Renaissance over on 47 and King, and then I forgot the name of the spot downtown on State. Oh man, nice little bar. But man, so that's kind of where I got into a little jerk, trying it out. And again, I'm not a huge jerk person, but if I do, like you said, I want to make sure I can't understand the words they're saying back there, and I know it's some good stuff, right?
Right.
I'm just kidding. I love everybody who's making the best of my food. If you see me come in there.
My grandfather was from Jamaica, man. I couldn't understand anything he said.
Is that right?
And he gets so damn mad because he got to repeat it. I'm like, huh?
I know, right?
What'd you say, grandpa?
Oh my god! But it's good though. So give me those names again. And then we're gonna try it. And real quick, I want my WVOM family. Hey, listen, we need you to call. If you want a gift card, we need you to call. I'm going to give you a number to call 312-841. And I got to remember the number myself. Now that I think about it. 312-841-3254. So 312-841-3254 because we called a couple people and there was no one answered the phone. Or something was wrong with the number. So if you want one of our gift cards, because we want to give them to you, I mean, I got them. All right?
Man, you
better come get them before I actually forget, and then I go use them. All right? So if you won, I know we had someone on Batter and Berries. I got the gift card. We shot you an email. We left your voicemail. We want to hear from you. The sister who won the ice cream, you called me back. We'll get that to you. I gave away 2. I got 2. I'm waiting on that one spot to open. I think they opened yesterday or today on Taylor Street. I forgot the name of it.
Oh yeah, Taylor. Yep. They just opened on April 4th.
Okay, April 4th, right. So I'm going by there tomorrow. And so, hey, we're trying to give this to you. We got. And then my brother with the concert, give us a call, 312-841. I forgot the number again. 841. 3254. Okay? Shoot us a text. Don't call. Shoot us a text. We're on there. But shoot us a text so we can get these gift cards to you. Now, I want to check out these sisters out here at this restaurant. So we're going to give away two $25 gift cards, okay? Two $25 gift cards to these sisters out here to support their business, because those are jobs that we're creating in the community.
That's right. Food for the
Food
soul.
for the soul. So we're going to take, because it's 9:58, so we're going to do it after the 10 o'clock hour. Okay, we'll just take kind of the first two callers, Jay. All right. So the first two callers after 10 o'clock, because WVON got to pay some bills, we got to run some ads. And so after that, we're going to take the first two callers. You're going to get a $25 gift card for Food for the Soul out in the suburbs. Okay? Brother Tori, thank you. And thank you even for expounding on the We Got Cops.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
that's a dope. I love that, because that means we share.
That's right.
Say that one more time, man. We got one more minute. Share that again. It gave me goosebumps, man.
The whole theme of We Got Carbs when we were growing up was that if you had some food and I walked into the room and I said I got carbs or carbs, then you were supposed to share with me, right? And if you was really my friend, you didn't mind sharing. So it's about us, the collective, being able to all eat. Whoever comes to the table, it didn't matter if you came late. It don't matter if you didn't come with anything. If there's something on the table, then we're going to share together. We're going to strive to be like the Savior was, like Jesus was, and feed the multitudes with just a few loaves of bread.
I love it. Man, dude, we almost need to talk about that every time you come on. I love it. And so, all right, Troy, it's 10 o'clock. We got to jump off. Brother, I appreciate you, man. I love you. Love to your family, man. Your family is truly blessed, man, to have you there, man. All right, WVON, we will be back after these messages. Peace. All right, Tori.
All right, brother.
I'll talk to you later, brother.
On your home for 24/7 news.
'Cause we're grooving, baby. I need you, baby. All right, buddy. And I need WVON, welcome back. I had to take it back. I had to take it back. The system, that's the system. Don't disturb this groove. If you know, you know. All right. If you know, you know. One of the hottest songs ever back in the 80s. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I'm super excited. We've got very good friend I've known for
Yes.
Wow. Well over 30 years.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, easily 30 years.
Yeah. We're only 32.
I know. So I've known you since I was 2. You know, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, WVON family, we've got Miss Dorian Nash. She is here, and she's going to have her own segment here. And this show, nothing against the brothers, nothing against the men, all right? But she is dedicated to making sure that our sisters, that women, I'm trying to make sure I get her camera right because I want to get her set.
Right.
I got the camera right there.
Yeah.
All right. She is dedicated to making sure, with her show Money Talk, hey, that women are able to make things happen with their wealth, with their money. Excuse me. I'm excited. She'll be on here every first Thursday of the month, and you're going to hear Money Talks with Dorian Nash.
Well, Dorian H. Nash.
Dorian H. Nash.
Yes.
I want to make sure I get that right.
Get that H. Hallelujah.
But hallelujah. I love that. That's because my middle initial is H. So I'm at James Hallelujah Parker. I love that. Dorian, and you and I have talked. You're good with your money. I love it. Dorian
made plenty of mistakes.
Well, that's how you know. That's
how you learn.
That's
right?
how you learn.
How you get back up. You know,
and the fact that you're here now shows, hey, you have something to share and say with everyone. And so that's why I'm glad you're here. And Dorian, give us a background of Money Talks, and why you're doing it, and why women should listen to you.
Well, thank you for asking.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, listen, I think there's a couple of things. I think first, it is an opportunity to build relationship, right? A lot of times when we're listening, we get so much information, right? We're reading this book or we hear this podcast, whatever. Think of me as that auntie is going to just tell you the truth. Girl, sit down. Let me tell you what the real is about X, Y, and Z. So I think, this is an opportunity, and hopefully we'll get some callers to call in, maybe get some questions, but think of me in that way, right? I don't suggest to say that I have all the answers. If I don't have an answer, then I will search to find the answer, get the right person in front on the radio to talk about a particular subject. But I think when I look at the statistics, and I just looked this one statistic up for Black women in particular. It says the median wages for Black women in the United States are $36,000 per year, compared to wages annually for white non-Hispanic men. It is $57,000. That's a huge disparity, right? So we're already working in a gap, right? Now, for me, part of the reason what my motivation was, I went through a divorce. I went through a whole different change of a lifestyle that I had been accustomed to for over 22 years. No love lost. I still appreciate and still love my ex-husband, but we're not together, right? And I find myself, what do I do about my insurance? How do I handle? Where do I take this 401k money? Do I keep it in a 401? Do I put it in an IRA? Do I put it in an FIA? And if I'm saying these letters, you guys are going, what are you talking about?
Right.
That's part of the reason why we have to have these money talks.
Yeah.
Because I find that a lot of women in particular especially if they get married or if they have the unfortunate situation of losing a spouse, they put a lot of my husband handles the finances. Sure. And they may not be as adept. And I think this opportunity is to say, hey, how do we empower women back to take control of that and feel confident in what it is that they're doing. And I hope to be a navigator in that. Wow.
And so 773-591-1690, 773-591-1690 if you have a question for Dorian. Dorian, tell us a little bit about what you do and how do you help people?
Sure. So my day job, I still got a day job.
Right, of course. Nothing wrong with that.
I work at a museum.
Okay.
And truth be told, I love what I do.
Mhm.
Even if I were to win the lottery tomorrow, which I'm mad at you, Lord, if you let that happen. But I probably still work at the museum.
Mhm.
I work within what is called public practice. And
Okay.
what that allows me to do is, for us that go to museums or get a chance and you see a particular program, you see some sort of event, there's someone that is, making sure all that programming happens.
Right.
Well, myself and my team, that's what we do at the Smart Museum on the University of Chicago campus. So I've been doing that for the past, I've been there at the Smart Museum since 2014?
Okay.
So I'm coming up on 10 years.
Wow.
Started there part-time.
Okay.
And now, working part-time. So that's my day gig. And I enjoy that. But truth be told, I'm going to be retiring in a few years.
Sure.
I know I don't look it.
No, not at all.
I don't look it.
Not at all.
But yeah, I'm going to be retiring in a few years. And I wanted to make sure, how do I still maintain the lifestyle that I want to have? I don't want to live check to check or on Social Security or whatever. Nothing against that, but you can't survive on that.
Yeah.
You can't travel on that.
That's true.
If you have any type of emergency, you're messed up for that month.
Yep.
Right? And so that began me to really do some research. Okay, how do I best insulate myself?
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, it's more than just me, because I got cousins, I got aunties, I got nieces that are dealing with similar situations. So it really came out of just a need within my immediate network of family. And then the more women in particular, and again, for the men that are listening, you can certainly learn from these lessons as well. I'm not disparaging against men, but I do think there's a real need for us to address some of the specific needs of women. So it became more of, oh man, I have an opportunity to really help other women even outside of my community. So when you and I spoke and this opportunity came about, I jumped on it because I thought, oh man, this is an opportunity for us to really spread this message.
Wow. How would someone, I guess, would it depend on where they're at financially? In other words, how would this work? How would they get a chance? Because I think people, women, I mean, anyone in particular, anyone really, but primarily, how would someone come in? How would someone say? I know, right? How would someone say? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How would someone say? They've got their Hold on, please. Yeah, I got the best, right? I know. We're gonna get the question out. Then pay it. You're the best, Morissette. You're the best, girl. I know you are very professional. He just told me the last time. And so I mean, someone's listening right now, and they're like, okay, I got money. Where do I put my money? Or is that what? So I guess the question would be like, how do you help them? Do you help them where to put it, or you just help them? Because you did mention some letters and some algorithms. Some acronyms.
Yes.
So how do you do stuff like that?
I think because we have a monthly segment, we can take our time to focus on certain aspects. I think one of it, the first part that I hopefully in the upcoming show, we'll talk about, hey, maybe there's some suggested reading that you need to look at to shift your paradigm shift in the way you think about money. Because many of us, we operate because of what our parents taught us or what they modeled before us. So this is not just about somebody who already has money. This is somebody saying, look, I'm starting over and I got jacked.
Wow.
How can you help me?
Sure.
Right. And so we want to build, wherever you are, there's a lane for you at this show.
Gotcha.
To be able to say, okay, listen, I want to grow, and be in a better financial situation. All right, I got a few pennies. how do I move this money? And so ultimately what I hope to be able to do is to have some case studies.
Gotcha.
I want from within our audience to take them from wherever they are financially, and then 6 months to a year say, from them, learning different things about their finances, getting exposed to information. I'm not trying to be all scriptural, but there's a scripture that says, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge."
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this show and all of the people that are on part of the 1921 network, in many ways, are giving our communities that needed knowledge to make the best decisions for their lives.
Sure.
So that's how I look at it.
Okay. And I think do you help people with budgets? Do you help women with their budget, or do you I
think it's gonna, as they say, it's gonna be the whole kit.
It's gonna be the whole kit.
I mean, because but again, you want to meet somebody where they are.
Yeah.
Right? So there may be again some things that we'll talk about. Hey, here's some suggestions. Here's some things you need to some podcasts you might want to consider. Here's some other research that you might want to consider. And then now that you have some of a better financial understanding,
Mm-hmm.
now we can then, okay, for some it's going to be, hey, let's really look at your budget. Let's look at your credit. For others, it's going to be, okay, you're beyond that, but you don't know how to invest your money.
Right.
You lost a ton of money. Or you just came into some money.
Right.
And now everybody and their mama is asking you about your money.
Mm.
So how do you protect yourself? Maybe you say, well, I don't have any of that. I just got a house. Well, how do you protect your house? When you pass on, how's your property going to be passed on to your family?
Right.
Do you have a trust? Do you have a living trust? Do you understand the need for one?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the executor of your estate? And understanding the reason, when I die, they'll just deal with it. And how many of our families in particular have had to deal with it and the havoc that causes?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about all of that, of the whole kid and caboodle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. Do you have a call about financing if you're a woman? Looks like we have a caller. Hi, Elle. You're listening to the 1921 show, and we've got our guest Dorian Nash from Money Talks. Go right ahead. Hello. Oh, yes. I did say that. That is right. You are right, brother. What's your name? L. Okay.
Stanley said, I know y'all talking about these money talks,
but I want that giveaway. Food for the soul. I love it.
I'm not mad at you, Stanley. And all you're getting an understanding. I understand. Get it.
Oh, preach! Oh, don't preach yet, because we gotta do it. So, Stanley, here's what I need you to do. I need you to text me, okay? Your information. I'm gonna give it to you right now. Text me at 3. Okay. Yep.
Come on, you got it, Stanley.
All right. It's at 312 841 3254. Yep. Absolutely. Your name, your email address, and I will have your phone number, but put your phone number in there anyway. And then we'll get it out there to you. A lot of times the gift cards that we get may be digital, so we'll have to email them to you, right? Or it may be a physical one, or they may say, hey, you just tell him to come by. We got him. All right. So we got to be able to communicate that and let you know. Okay. Well, Stanley. Mm-hmm. That is right, my friend. Thank you. And please listen every Thursday, and you can catch Dorian if you got. Oh, so Stanley, you may get another gift card. Oh, my God. That made my day. All right. You have a good one.
Good evening, Stanley.
Okay, we will. I love it. Oh, I love that.
Stanley, look, I understand what
y'all talking about.
I need to get this giveaway.
I know. I'm going to go out there too, Stanley. We may go out there together, bro. I got to eat. Oh, I'm excited. Tori does a great job. Everywhere he's mentioned, I've gone, and the food is good. And we're putting together a directory, Stanley, where you'll be able to go online and find every restaurant we're talking about. Hopefully that'll launch next week. Yeah, hopefully it'll launch next week. You'll be able to go online, find those restaurants we talk about, find any guests that we have on. I met a young lady she's a franchise broker. She's trying to help people in the community get franchises, and they find the money.
You want to get one of your franchise owners? That's okay.
You sound too young to be retired. I love it. You are lying. Oh my gosh.
71 years young.
Wow. You sound fantastic. Yes. Stanley, you sound fun. I would have never guessed 71.
You don't sound it at all.
No, the vibrance. I mean, you could tell since he went there just how different people are when the spirit is in them, right?
Come on now.
They do not. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, I'm not going to preach on it. I love it.
I love it.
I love it. Well, Stanley, thank you so much for calling. Shoot me that text so we can get this gift card to you, my friend. And we'll talk too. I may just have to take Stanley out to eat, man.
Okay.
We're going to grab some lunch.
All
We're going to grab some lunch.
See that melanin popping.
Yes, sir. Named after Black Wall Street. We're honoring that. Oh, right. Good. Yeah, we're honoring. Thank you, sir. You too.
All right.
Good night. Oh, I love that. That was awesome.
So
yeah.
Thank you, Stanley.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 773-591-1690, 773-591-1690. We're giving away one more gift card to what was it called? Food for the Soul out in the south suburbs. I'm taking Stanley to lunch. All right. I don't know when. If you want to come with me, I'm buying. Okay. So if you're the next caller, I'm buying. Okay. So I can't remember if Tori said it was a sit down restaurant or if it was whatever it is. We're gonna make it do. I'm buying.
Yeah.
So now we're helping is it an particular age group? I mean, what if there's a 22-year-old just out of college?
Well, certainly, I think there's room for everybody at the table, but my specific target audience is, women between ages of 35 to 55.
Okay.
I feel like, you've lived a bit of life,
mm-hmm.
You've had a career that's in process, or you're in full bloom, and you may need just, some hand-holding,
mm-hmm.
but mm-hmm. you need those resources. So I want to help be one of those resources.
I love it. What's up, D-Roy Callens? Listening to the 1921 show. Mark Crawley, my guy. All right. Peggy Riggins. I love my Peggy.
How often do you meet somebody? You don't meet anybody named Peggy.
I know two Peggies.
But young.
Oh, yeah.
You meet anybody that's under 25 named Peggy?
No, but I would dare say that.
Or Barbara.
Yeah, my aunt's name is Barbara. I do know a Barbara. She's not under 25, though.
That's what I'm saying. These names, we don't hear them anymore.
Yeah.
Right? You don't hear Vivian. Under 25.
Right.
Genuinely.
True.
My niece she's young, but she's the only Vivian. But I'm sorry, I don't want to get caught up in that. But I'm just thinking about when I hear names, I'm like, and I'm one to talk because my name is Dorian. Right. So how many times do I hear that? But
I don't know any other woman named Dorian. You're the only Dorian I know. Is that true?
Here's the thing. Because I work in the art world, there's a phenomenal, I'm gonna give her a shout out, muralist, artist. Mm-hmm. Her name is Dorian Sylvain. So hey, Dorian. So every time we meet each other, we go, hey, Dorian. She goes, hey, Dorian. We have a good time.
Is it spelled the same? I guess there's really only one way to spell Dorian.
Well, some people spell it Dorion.
Okay.
Oh. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's but that's just because my name is spelled
A-N, right?
Yeah, but yes, but she spells it the same way. So hey, shout out to Dorian Sylvain, amazing artist. Love to have her on the show. Maybe.
I will have her on the show. Yeah, we are, and I tell you what, we're very excited. We've done this show for a few weeks now. Now we're about to kick off a full campaign advertising. Shout out to Maidi at the Chicago Defender, Cheryl at Chicago News Weekly, and Layla Willis at Metropolis. Thank you so much for taking the press release. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. These are incredible newspapers. I still love the physical newspaper. I still
Absolutely.
love to hold and read. And we're going to be doing features on all of our segment guests.
Well, I don't know if you, no, you saw it because you congratulated me as well. Chicago Defender, I just want to give them a shout out because a couple of weeks ago they had their honoree ceremony for the Women of Excellence. Your girl was one of the
Yes, that's
honorees.
right. Bravo, bravo.
And, I was just humbled by that, and they did a phenomenal job. So I want to just give a shout out to Diana and to see her face, Julia. No, not Julia. Julia. I want to say her name before the end
Yeah,
of the
go.
show. But I just want to give all the team at the Chicago Defender such an incredible. They did a phenomenal job. We were at the Sheridan Hotel downtown, and it was just. I tell you, they treated us like queens.
Oh, you are queens though, but
yeah,
it's good to be treated like it.
About 25 honorees.
Okay.
And baby, oh my goodness, because everybody came out, dressed to the nines.
Sure.
And there was just nothing but love in the building. It was just an amazing night. So
Wow.
really honored to be part of that legacy.
Ooh, do you understand that, ladies and gentlemen? You have a segment host who is a woman of excellence, Chicago Defender. Yeah. I mean, and dope. Like I said, I've known Dorian for over 30 years. Shout out to what's up, Tiana.
Yes.
I don't know Tiana. Listen, Tiana, babe, my homie. But guys, listen, we are excited. 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. This show, Money Talk, which will run every first Thursday with Dorian, is designed for you. It really is. It is designed for you and for you to be able to either A, get your money on track, or B, continue to keep your money on track, because it's very important. Las Mario, it may be the little at the bottom, the plug-in.
It's fine.
Okay, got it. All right, but this is for you.
Yeah.
And again, now, if you need help with a budget, if you need help with finances, right? Not financing. We're not buying cars. But if you need help with finance, maybe, all right, maybe you are. I'm sorry. But I think having a show about money for women, to help them get to the next level, to help them in different ways to invest and different things like that, I think is important.
Well, again, I'm really seeking the relationships, building a community.
Sure.
Because when we have that community, there are ways that we can operate and help one another.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is coming through.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay. So I want to make sure that we build in such a way that allows women to say, you know what, girl, I've been there. Let me tell you what I did. Let me share this with you. And then we each grow from everyone's knowledge. I just really want to be that catalyst that helps bring those communities together. So yes, I cater to women, but fellas, hear me. If you come on the show, you will not be turned away.
Right.
If you need help, we're not. But I think there's such a need for us to build community.
Wow. And your show, when you talk about money, and there's a lot of people, they're not as open sometimes about their money, right?
Right.
And their finances. What's one way that we can fix that where, we're able to get open about that?
Well, again, that's why the relationship part of it is so important.
Right.
So we're on a radio show, right? So it's not like, I'm going to get to meet you one-on-one per se, but you are inviting us into your home.
Yes.
Just by listening.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some, you're going to have to listen to this radio show and this segment maybe for 3 months before you say, I'm going to call. And that's fine.
Sure.
But there'll be others that say, look, I can't wait for this. I need some help right now.
Right.
And then from their testimony, from them growing, from them asking questions that you're asking, you may be sitting in the audience and have the exact same question that someone else was brave enough to ask. And because of that, then that's going to open it up for somebody else. So it's kind of a situation where as one person opens up, then that, just like when you say, anybody any questions?
Yeah.
And there's dead silence. So that first question is asked. Then you got 3 million questions. And so I think there's a lot that's going to happen. It will germinate organically as we continue to say this.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Dorian Nash, Money Talks. Dorian H. Nash. Dorian Hallelujah Nash.
Oh, hallelujah.
I love that. Stanley got me going. You and Stanley got me going. I love it. Guys, listen, every first Thursday, you're going to hear Dorian H. Nash talk about finance and really we need our women. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was Malcolm X that said, and we need to lift them up, because he said, if you beat a woman, you beat a nation.
Yeah.
How do we lift up
Right.
the nation in our community? And
Exactly.
one of those ways is financial. And I mean, well, probably one of the major ways is finances.
Well, I was, again, because of my art background, there was an artist who was, he's an African artist, and he does a lot of, his name is escaping me at the moment, but he does a lot of portraitures of women doing commerce. And they may have a fruit stand on the side of the road that supports their entire family.
Wow.
Right? They're able to send their kids to school because of that. And he thought it was really important to highlight that and put that in his art. Right?
Wow.
And so to that point that you just made, that we raise a nation when we raise our daughters, when we raise our sisters in a way that they can be a complement to their name.
Sure.
Right? I was listening to some other segment back in 1921, but this actor was talking about, hey, I make enough money to pay the bills, but my wife still makes money. So I consider it a privilege that she's kept, but she keeps making money.
Yeah.
I was like, well, brother, keep
I'm telling you.
what you're saying. Okay, that she's kept, but she keep on making money.
Right.
And somebody that's listening to that might not get what he was trying to point to, but that's all what we're really trying to point to, is that, yeah, I really want to grow us, be part of the conversation of growing us back together.
Yeah.
Right? I think there's been such a division amongst men and women, and particularly black men and black women, that we have a real opportunity to kind of stem that tide and reverse that narrative in a way that makes sense, and it makes it not so intimidating. I don't think men are just naturally intimidated by black women. I do think that there's some men that are, but that's most of the men that I know to kill us.
Yeah. Right.
Right. They're cool and understand who they are. And we just need to highlight more and more of that.
Yeah. I mean, I've always believed, like dual income, you're able to move forward faster, when you work together, what I mean? And I mean, I've been a big proponent of that. I believe in that. And, and it's funny, I was talking to, and you know what 1921 is about, and creating jobs in the community. And I thought, we're starting off jobs. I was a guest on WBEZ NPR radio. And I said, one of the issues that we see in low income communities are, you've got single moms and they're working 2 and 3 minimum wage jobs.
Right.
Not 2 or 3 full-time jobs, because you can't do 80 hours in a week and raise your kids and all this other stuff. And so they're working 2 minimum wage jobs, which are equaling less than a full-time job, because which means what? There's no benefits, there's nothing, because it's minimum wage.
Right.
And I said, man, 1921 is going to create jobs from our tech startups and launch them in the community. And now you've got women, single moms, making $55,000 a year. Right. Now all they have to do is work one job.
Right.
And I said, in 2 years, they'll make $110,000 a year. But
see, that changes lives.
Exactly.
That creates legacies that they otherwise would not have.
Right.
So I'm just not to cut you off,
no.
so grateful to the work that you're doing, and in the ways that it's going to literally shift the whole narrative on the South Side of, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm sorry.
No.
I get so excited, like, yeah.
No, me too. Because when you look at a woman making $110,000 over 2 years, working that minimum wage job, it would take her nearly 7 years
to make that same amount.
That we're going to be able to help them make in 2 years.
Right.
So now you see how the wealth gap closes.
But see, that's where I think Money Talks comes in too, because there's an attitude we have about money.
Sure.
Right. And we definitely want to talk about that, because someone that is used to making, say, $30,000 a year, so you're in a whole different price tax thing when you are now making $100,000 a year.
Right.
So you got to have the right mindset when you go to a new tax bracket.
Yeah.
Right. So we want to talk about that as well, because again, we don't want to come from a spirit of lack. or
Right.
a spirit of, I'm not good enough, or I'm just gonna make do. No, when you're making those types of money moves, you are becoming a boss.
Yes.
And then you got to step into those boss shoes.
And you got to know, I believe you got to know how to be that boss, even if you're making 40,000, 50,000, 30. It's all, like you said, it's a mindset.
It's a
And
mindset.
and so now imagine that single mom who gets hired by one of 1921's tech startups meets a guy. He ends up working for one of them.
Yeah.
Now they've got $110,000 coming in together.
Right.
And then in 2 years, almost $250,000 they've made together.
Yeah.
Right? And then the mindset of, if someone's making 30,000, then they go to 55, we got to help them out. You still have to have that mindset almost.
Yeah.
I'm making 30,000.
Yeah.
Right? Because what happens? And I've done this working in nonprofit where we worked with construction, and we get these, we get them jobs at construction. They're making $40 an hour. And we're telling them, hey, do not go out and buy a Dodge Charger Hellcat, where you just put $10,000 down and you're paying $2,000 a month.
Well, it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's a cultural thing because so many times the first little bit of money, I speak culture for a lot of Black folks, we see it in the clothes, we see it in what they drive, what they still own property.
Yeah.
Right? But our counterparts, they'll go out and buy the property and look like they don't have two nickels to rub together.
Yep.
Right? So it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's a mindset thing, but it's also a cultural thing that I think we have a real opportunity to address.
Yeah.
And help to, again, shift that paradigm.
And I think that's what Money Talks is going to do.
Absolutely.
Stanley, you calling us again? What's going on, big guy? No, Tom. I'm sorry, Tommy. How you doing, Tommy? Welcome to the 1921 show. Oh,
thank you. Okay.
I love it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Come on, Tommy. Give a shout out to your significant other. Yes.
Right.
Tommy, come on now. You better put that work in, Tommy.
Tommy is.
She knows.
Right.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Now, Tommy, when you get home, she gonna say, you could have said my name.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, Tommy. Have a good one.
Thank you for calling in.
I know. Tommy go.
Tommy should have said
I know. He gonna get home and she gonna be like, "Say my name, say my name." Tommy,
you can say it.
I know, right.
We just messing.
Yeah, no, we love you, Tommy. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for the encouragement.
Yes.
We have 180,000 listeners on WVON.
Come on now.
And And so far, I've only given away 1 gift card to Food for the Soul.
Come on.
All right.
Stanley got it.
And Stanley I'm taking Stanley to eat. That's what's going on. And if you want to join me, one more person, let me make sure I make that clear.
Right.
We're gonna go out there. I know, right? 10 people show up. I don't think he said the address. I hope he did, because people. James Parker said he's buying lunch for everybody. But Dorian, thank you so much. I love, and I think that it's going to be crucial that, as we get ready to launch our first app here, Meet at 6, that it's going to be crucial that we have our employees sit down with you, or rather, we make it part of their job to come in. And so you're going to get paid to learn how to save your money, because the whole goal of 1921 is launching these jobs in the community and then creating homeowners. Right? Because one of the things that we learned, my dad would always say, if you don't own anything, you don't own anything. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Right? And so, and when I remember not being from here, and then when they were tearing down the projects over on State Street across from DeSable High School, I don't know what they were called. And there were people literally chaining themselves to the building, right? And now, mind you, I'd probably only been in Chicago maybe 6 years now, 7 years, if that, maybe. So this is all new. And I remember I was talking to someone. I said, "Man, so did they really believe that was their home or something? Because they didn't own it, right? They didn't own it, but they believed that was their home."
Well, I mean, so if that's all you know, and if you're not taught about really what the importance of this, to own something, they felt that was theirs. They've been there. Their mom had been there. Their mama's mom had been there. You find there are renters that will rent for decades, and then then their kids will be rented, and then their kids' kids be rented,
right?
And they believe that that's the way to go. And for some that works, but for most, that is not the way to build wealth. It starts right in your backyard, literally your backyard. And
it doesn't matter when you buy a house. The key is to get a house.
The key is to get one. And some people are like, "Oh, the interest rates are going up. Well, it's not a good time to buy." If you have the means to buy, no matter when it is, generally buy. Have something that you own that you can sell. I was just talking to a dear friend of mine. He does a lot of property flipping, and he was saying that people in parts of Gary, Indiana. Now listen, anybody running the Gary, Indiana, no this against Gary,
right.
But it's had its issues, right, over the years. People were losing their houses, and the mortgages were only $40,000.
Oh my gosh!
Right. That means that, say they bought that house, 10, 15 years ago, maybe they bought it for $90,000, and they've spent $40,000, $50,000, and now the mortgage is only $40,000, and they still lost their house. See, a show like Money Talks, and I hate to bring it back like that, can help you to say, what can we do? What are some resources that you could utilize to keep your home? Right, and that's what some of the things we want to talk about. It's not always going to be cheery. Sometimes you really are going to go through something. But if we don't open our mouth and say, "Oh, I'm in trouble. I need some help," we can help point you to some resources that help you keep your home. That will help you to, at least, even if it's inevitable, to set you up for the best next start of your life. Right. But many times we don't even ask for the help. We just sink and drown. And I mentioned that situation to people because I know that they didn't wake up thinking that, "Oh, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to, put all this money in this house and still not be able to keep it." And I think that's the mentality for some folks that continue to be ventures. They feel like, well, it don't work out. You can still lose your home. You can still lose it. But again, it's all about your mindset and how you approach money. And so that's why these money talks, I feel very personal about it.
Sure.
Because again, yes, I'm in a better financial state now, but that wasn't all I just like, if you're talking about a foreclosure, been through it. If you're talking about bankruptcy, been through it, right? And so we ain't listening to you, but I've been through it, so I know. I have empathy, and I have an understanding, and I'm here still standing, telling you can get past all of that, and you can still be a winner in the finances.
I love it.
So
I love it, ladies. WVON family, That's Dorian H. Nash. You're going to hear her every first Thursday of the month
Come on now.
talking about money
Don't be
talks.
scared.
Don't be scared. Get your questions together. She's ready to answer. All right, we're going to be back after these messages with some entertainment news with G. Maine. He's got the information for you. He's got the GE, Gossip and Entertainment. All right, WVM, we'll be back. And I still need to give away another gift card.
Come on, don't let Stanley be alone.
Don't let Stanley be alone. Give us a call in 11 o'clock hour. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
There we go. All right, good. That was a good interview.
Well, you made
Good
it
interview.
easy.
Boyaka. What's
You
up?
made it easy.
You guys ready for the G-Man? He's coming up right after this. All right, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Do, 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 do. What's up? What's up? What's up, WVON family? We are back. We are back. We're 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 back.
Yeah.
And now we're about to get into some entertainment, but it looks like we got a quick call. Is that right, Jake? Hi, Taylor. How are you? Doing well. Absolutely. She actually she forgot to give her number because she's geeked about her show coming up, right? So I do have a number. You can text her. Are you ready to write that down or? Okay. 708 288 4540 708 288 4540. And that's Dorian H as in hallelujah Nav. I thought that was so funny. I was like, I hear you, girl. And I'm like, I've known you 30 years. You've never said that, but I get it. You know, we grow, we progress. So, absolutely. But Taylor, thank you so much for listening. She's going to be on every first Thursday of the month. And so if you have, anybody who wants some financial help, things like that, man, please just let them know about the show. I appreciate it. Thank you, Taylor. All right, bye. Uh-huh. Okay, WVOM family, you know what time it is. It is time for G-Man. And we're talking about some gossip. The G.
We dishing the G.
Dishing the G.
We dishing
the G. So it's great to have you back on the show, sir.
Hey,
Welcome
what's going
back.
on, WVON family? It's your boy G-Man, dishing up the G because we tired of sipping the tea.
I love that. I love that. I love that. What's up, Morissetta? You can't see it, but she's up in the cut.
Hey, it's more in the room.
I love it.
Bring more to it.
I love it.
More information. We all Chicago.
Come on. Come on. Well, hey, G-Man, this is you. What's going on?
First off, let's make an announcement, ladies and gentlemen out there in the radio world. Your boy G-Man is about to step it up in his own show when it comes down to it for the Dishing the G.
Come on.
So we going to talk about it and be about it and be 100. Y'all know what it is. I said we going to be dishing the G because we're tired of sipping the tea. We're going for a few minutes to a lot of minutes. That's what it's always going to be at. It's going to be called Dishing the G. It's the Dishing the G show. So all of y'all out there at WVON Radio, y'all get yourselves ready because G-Man is coming. So now let's get ready to get into it.
Let's do it.
The top thing that's been going on over the past week, Miss Angel Reese. Did you see that about how they tried to go in on her about what she was doing?
I did. I thought it was very interesting. I had a couple takes, but I thought it was very interesting. Yeah.
Oh, well, what's your take on it? What did you say?
So what I thought was,
oh yeah,
come on, got that branded.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, man. First of all, I looked at it. I said, well, when I first saw it, I'm like, why is she doing that, right?
Yeah.
Now I didn't know the first instance, like Caitlyn, right?
What Caitlyn
But
did
yeah,
first.
so I said, I don't get that. Like in my opinion, I was like, why you just won? Like I don't understand chasing somebody down, right?
Yeah.
Chasing somebody down. And so then I saw the one Caitlyn did.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, now I see what's going on. But then I was like, well, I was asking, right? Okay, well, who was Caitlyn going after? Like, I didn't see her following anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't see her, whatever, And I think there's talking trash, right?
Yeah.
And you got your general talking trash, like what's his name? Like Steph does a general, right?
Yeah.
He'll do like the 1, 2, 3,
stir it up,
whatever. But I've never seen an athlete now, except for Patrick Beverly, maybe, kind of follow someone around and do that. Not after a win. I've seen them do it like during the game, trying to get under their skin.
Yeah.
So for a while, I thought it was a bit immature. I thought Classless was over the top. That was way over the top. I mean, it's a game. All right. I thought it was a little immature, but she's young. These athletes are young. But I'll tell you though, Caitlyn was cool with it. Caitlyn was like, I ain't got an issue with it. And my thing is, if Caitlyn ain't got an issue with it, Why does everybody else got an issue with it?
See, there it is. Now, I'm gonna tell you what my take was from it.
Mhm.
See, this has been a heavy topic all over Facebook. So I ran into some guy that said something to the effect of, "Oh well, Caitlyn only did it for a few seconds, while Angel did it for 16." And I asked him, "Well,
Somebody
what difference
counted
of
it?
how long did it take?"
Right.
And see, this what I like. What we kind of discuss about how people start things and then they try to hide their hand. Well, see, Caitlyn didn't try to hide her hand because she knew what it was, and that's why she didn't have a big issue with it. But what I need for people to understand is that's not much different from, say, let's say somebody slapped you, right? Most people ain't gonna just take a slap.
Right.
Because it's a lot behind it. And see what it was, okay, you trash talked her like she was gonna be secondary to you. She bust you behind, and then she came out on top and she followed you with what you started.
Yep.
So that's how I looked at it. It was, you started it and I finished it type situation. That's what'd you say about it, Mo?
I'm gonna say this. Don't you guys do a lot of trash talking when it comes to the men? Like, am I saying this right?
You mean like when they trash talk in the NBA?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more of it's like what Patrick Beverly did about a week ago to LeBron.
Right.
Where he hit him with the you too small
you
type
too
thing.
small, right.
And then they turned around and did the same thing to him when they came here and bust our butt. So I mean, no, I mean,
okay.
my whole thing about it was just simple. I mean, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I can recall when I was playing b-ball, and many of my guys out there know when we was down there in Champaign and so on and so forth, we trash talk all the way up and down the court.
All up and down the court.
You know,
I know.
Shoot, even then when Michael Jordan was playing, man, Michael Jordan, come on, Larry Bird.
I heard Larry Bird was the biggest.
Bird.
Yep. And I got to give it a shout out. Barry B was like, and that's the point. It's just hooping.
Yeah.
It's a part of the game.
It's part of the game.
773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. We need your take on this. What was up and how did you feel? Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. So let's get into the next thing that's been going on. In the same past week and so on, well, actually it was between the last time I was here up until now, the escape thing.
Now, what's that? What's that?
The escape with
the singers,
Candace Burris and all of them.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, the story been getting more richer by the day.
Well, hold on. What's up, Floyd Garrett, Steve Bradley, listening on Facebook Live. Big Floyd, great pictures, man. Yo. I know you're proud of your young family there, man. I think that's your granddaughter. Love it. What's up, Stephen Bradley? Shout out to Steve Bradley. He's a teacher, a music teacher. I give it up to any educator working in these public schools. Word. Give it up. And yes, DJ Barry B. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so like the last time I was here, I was just talking about how I was getting started.
Okay.
You know, with Natosha spending, stealing her sister money and so on and so forth. Well, boy, when I say that bonfire started, it burned down half a city.
Wow.
You talk about they started getting real heavy. First, Natosha wanted Natasha, I think it is, Natosha or Natasha, she wanted an apology after what was said the first time.
Oh, wow, okay.
So a little deeper had been being dug over that week. Man, you talking about the husband was in it about stealing the money. You had the sister that had came and apologized about it, but then they actually starting to find out that all this was true. Natasha decided she gonna separate herself from the group. She put out her own little solo album and the whole bit, but still talking trash.
Whoa, man, that's crazy.
Man, it's been getting heavy. Every time I look up, I'm like, man, it's no ending to it. Between Escape and this Angel Reese, man, them been the heaviest topics. But I've been doing me a little surfing around on the internet like I do. I go over to YouTube stuff every now and then to see what everybody's talking about.
Uh-huh.
One of the biggest things that's been coming out is thing with P. Diddy.
What's going on with P. Diddy? I'm out of it. I'm glad we're doing this segment because I'm out of it.
Let me talk about it with y'all people. Some of y'all who know the situations with Pac and Biggie, y'all know how them circumstances came about. My whole issue always been from the very beginning when it happened was because just the motive they go by, who had the most to gain. So when you go back and look at who came out after all this stuff was said and done, it's two people on that end, on Biggie's end, that came out on top. That'd be Mr. Combs and Jay-Z. Now, how did Mr. Combs come about? Well, from what's been going around and floating and what's coming all the way around, they talking about he had a heavy hand in it. A lot of people have been speculating and saying, hey, I think Diddy had something to do with it and this, that, and the third, but slowly but surely, information is being leaked out and it's getting heavier and heavier each day while it goes by. And it's starting to say, some people heard him say that they was going to hit him or he need to be hit because Biggie was supposed to be leaving Bad Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this sheds a new light on some stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's been getting real heavy in the trenches with this. And you're talking about, they were saying things about him doing these parties.
Okay.
Now, I heard about it some time back, but it's been more prevalent now. They talking about it more where he been having these parties and having these guys that signed to his label do these acts with these men and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Wait, this has been out there?
Oh, yeah, it's been there. It's getting out there and it's coming.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
These guys are coming out. This is,
You're right, Patricia. I see that. You're right.
not hiding anymore.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about this stuff I've been hearing about it for over the past 2 years, but I had already set my mind back when it first happened.
Okay.
And I always said somehow that dude had something to do with it. Because if you look at in the Bad Boy camp, who came out first when he went down? Think about it. Who album became #1 when he went down?
Yeah.
They put the one out after he passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, who came next? P. Diddy. The whole Bad Boy mob, they came out, but it was mostly P. Diddy that came out on top. Now, if everybody go back and think about how all that stuff transpired back then, and you put the 2 and 2s together now, see where all y'all stand when it's said and done. Because I know about detectives. The first thing the detective goes by is motive. Who would gain the most from that person's death? Think about it.
My man Floyd, you and me both, bro. Floyd just put a shock face emoji. I'm sitting up here like, that's just crazy.
Oh yeah, and it gets crazier because, like I said, it's been Jaguar Wright.
Yeah, and I've heard about her, man.
Man, she went out like she had been going out over the past few months saying, about what she saw and saw carry on and whatnot. Then it was Diddy's ex-bodyguard that was talking about it. It's a lot of them that's got information, and all these 2 and 2s are now being put together. So somewhere along this line, either they gonna act like they didn't see it, which in most cases they will, because they took away a voice.
Yeah, not just a voice. I mean, you're talking about Biggie.
Man, even when Pac got shot, here goes some stuff people didn't know. There was bullets fired from inside of the car.
Okay, wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, oh yeah. See, it went so fast, people missed it. But if you go back in time and listen to a lot of the detectives that talked about that scene, one of them mentioned that it was bullets fired from inside of the car. Think about it. Who had the most to gain from Pac death? Who would have gained the most from Pac death? Come on, man.
Suge Knight.
I found out that Suge and Snoop Dogg had an issue.
Oh yeah, but Suge had an issue with all of them. They kind of gave us a glimpse of it in Straight Outta Compton. When remember when Snoop walked up with supposedly Snoop walked up in there with Warren G.
Right.
And he was like, man, who the hell is this? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, man, I'm Snoop D-O-double-G, cuz who you?
Right.
But the whole issue then being just what it's always been. Like I said, who would have had the most to gain from one of them deaths? Right. Now, supposedly in the top of these parts, it's supposed to be Jimmy Iovine, it's supposed to be Puff, and somewhere along this line, so is Jay-Z somewhere swerved up in there. And you know what? It was a debate about that too. About if Jay-Z would have existed if Pac and Big was still around. I can tell you from my own point, no.
Wow.
How would I know that? Because when Pac and Biggie was out at the time, Jay-Z was trying to come out, but he couldn't because he couldn't get past them two.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he had his own little something, but to the magnitude he is right now, no. And I think there's a lot of people out there in the rap world going to agree to what I'm telling you. Because a lot of stuff he bit. As far as Biggie's lyrics, matter of fact, somebody did it on YouTube where they went back to Jay-Z's lyrics and practically all his lyrics was biting something from Biggie.
Wow, man.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of information out there. And I do a lot of research on when they come down to what I'm talking about.
Right.
And for the most part of it, you can literally dissect it. If you dissect it long enough, you can see how true something is versus a lie. And then it's like I said, from the very beginning, my whole thought was who would have had the most to gain from either one of their deaths. And then, mind you, both deaths took place in Cali.
I thought Tupac was in Vegas, no? Oh, you mean who's that?
Pac was in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Pac in Vegas, Biggie in Cali.
Biggie in Cali, yeah.
So,
and Biggie was out of his element. He's from New York.
Think
so
about
he
it
has
for a
nothing
second.
under control. Wow.
What reason would you have taken yourself? That's like saying in the days when the gangs was real hard, that's like you coming from out west side coming to the south side talking about vice lord when you know it's GDs and BDs over there.
Gotcha, yeah.
So why would you take yourself over to a city, knowing what in transpired between you and Pac?
Yeah.
And you know the West Coast was gonna ride with him. You wouldn't go, man, even if you put a song out trying to touch California and say, hey man, look, some of them dudes don't think like that.
Right, exactly.
But see, it's all who you know. And that's what it comes down to. Because at the end of the day, we all know some gang members did that.
Right.
But one thing I know about gangs, if I don't know nothing else, they ain't gonna go hit nobody for no reason.
For no reason.
They definitely ain't finna hit somebody that ain't like, come on, man. That's like if Twisters was having problems with somebody on the like he was with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
That's like me going over there trying to shoot at one of them. Come on, man.
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. The only reason a gang member would even have the inkling to do that is if you put money on them as a bounty.
Right.
Or you personally did something to them. Other than that, they ain't got no reason to come after that. Man, they ain't rob them or nothing either. Come on now.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, I remember, when you look at, what is it? Oh, when you look at, thank you. I'm sorry, man. I gotta get on the mic. When you look at the whole thing with Nipsey and this dude, there was a reason why. When you look at, and I heard lately, King Von this dude was just crazy, and the people, he even said it in his raps. You gotta
remember something though about a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
These guys from Chicago, from where they come from, just because you move away from them, that don't mean it moves away from you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the way things always go, you always got some jealous guys out there trying to start something with you for whatever reason it may be.
Mm-hmm.
All that clicking and mobbing crap that they doing right now, that's just because they ain't got nothing else better to do with themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with the King Von situation, it was the same situation. You got these dudes that ain't got nothing better to do with themselves. All y'all keep talking about the same stuff, but y'all all living in the same area.
Live in the same area.
I know when we was coming up, it didn't matter if we was all about getting that money. That's what we gonna do.
What we gonna do?
No matter if it was a street hustle or if we doing music together, we're gonna get that money together. It didn't matter if you was opposite or whatever. If we was all on the same page to get money, that's what we're going to do.
Wow.
So I don't know why ain't nobody stood up over there and said, look, man, all this fighting, arguing, and fussing that we doing, look.
Yeah.
We keep making all this music in different areas when we can take all this stuff, put it together, and boom.
Yeah,
probably right there.
Yeah. 773-591-1690, 1690. We're going to come back after this break.
Oh, yeah.
I need to give away another gift card to Food for the Soul. And we need to know what you guys think. Now, you said SW. Now, any drama with SWB?
Yes, the SWB been kind of staying out. If I'm not mistaken, they staying out of the.
So the XK that's all internal.
Yeah.
Playing out. Okay. 773-591-1690. We're going to be back after this break. We want to hear from you. Peace.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I said day in, day out. What up, Pamela? What up, Erica? Hey, little sis, what's going on, Sharita? Oh, your boy got his own show. Y'all get yourselves ready, because like we finna really turn it up in the way that we know how to. We're gonna bring Chicago to the forefront like we supposed to. Y'all already know what time it is, not to mention WGO is right around the corner. So we about to make everything big. Y'all tune in because y'all know what time it is. Call the radio station, get on, talk, ask questions. That's what we here for.
773
773
591
591
1690.
1690. 773 591 1690. Call up, get at your boy. We right here. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen out there in Facebook, y'all know what time it is. Y'all been knowing me for a long time, so y'all know when I tell y'all I know people, y'all know I ain't lying, because most of y'all know the same people I know. Y'all know what it is.
It's like West Side.
Hey, Danny boy, I know you watching, bro. I'm gonna need you to come holler at me. Go hard. My boy, you know what it is, bro. I need you to come holler at me. All my family that I know from that Austin area, y'all know what time it is. Come holler at your boy. Because I got a new segment. It's going to be all my show, and I want y'all to come down, sit down, and tell them a little bit about Chicago, where we come from. Y'all know what it is. Let's go. 1921. Let's go.
Love it, love it, love it.
I'll be back after these messages.
After these messages.
For the record, I'm more involved off that look. More.
Ain't that the introduction you supposed to be making yourself on the mic?
For the introduction.
Y'all
I
see
forgive you.
Y'all see what I'm
I
going
forgive
to.
you.
Now, see, I had to make an announcement about this, but I got it. Well,
That's the 11:30. I got 30 more minutes.
All you need is
What
one
up,
change.
sis?
I know.
Real.
I mean, come here one time with them.
That's how phone system.
I know. Booyah, booyah, booyah.
I'm taking the pause for a call, y'all. I'll be right back.
That song.
What's that?
That song.
Oh, is it on?
Yeah.
I know. I'm only hearing that one here too.
Oh, wow.
Baby, we go out. I've got clown. Because I'm your number one body rocker. Fellas. Your inside shout. And let me tell you what it's all about. She's mine. Okay. She.
You could slap me.
My draws. Baby. No one sing if I'm not afraid. But I'm. Yeah. You never last. She's mine. I'm the body rocker. She's mine. You gonna sound a brand new bag, cause these is my draws. Hey, say baby, this is number one. Yes, I know
They
you
can't
young,
hear the music.
but we can have so much fun. Jesse, if you could play guitar, I'll warm up the car. And me and this girl can see the sunrise. My draws. Yeah.
What up, Tasha? How you feeling?
Do 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 do. Do. Who's draws? Who draws? All right, all right. Welcome back. I love this song.
No.
They're saying they can't hear the music.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting this this other piece. Got me home. Doo, doo. Y'all want some chocolate? How's it, almond?
Always.
Always chocolate.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Do, 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 do. All right, all right, all right. All right, WVM family, we are back. We are back. We are back. Hey, we're getting some entertainment here news. I'm sitting up here like tripping. All right, on this stuff, and you know, I don't really watch the SWV and Escape, but this is crazy. I met Escape years ago when they were just starting out. I was working at Houston's restaurant, and they came in. They looked like little girls, and they invited me to their concert and their party. This is when I was clearly much younger. I was down. I was probably 50 pounds lighter. 57. Yeah, basically. What is that? The college 10 or whatever they call it. I didn't get that when I was in college. Boy.
Okay.
I was 150 man forever until I got married. Then I'm 2 something. Anyway, but I remember they came in, huh? Freshman, yeah. I didn't get that. I mean, I tried too, but I was drinking and eating everything. I could not gain weight, but I was working at Houston's. I was 24, I think. 24, 25. I was working at Houston's restaurant, and Escape came in, and they were my table, and I'm taking care of them. And they're like, "You should come to our concert. You should come to." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good," because I had to work there. And I was all about money, and I was like, but they were like, I was like, okay. I don't know which one was cheesing on me, but it was fun. But I tell you, I remember DeBrat came in. I think I shared this on the show. DeBrat came in with one of the girls from Total. I think it was Kima and Kima's mom. And DeBrat invited me to her. She was having a party, and she was like, "You need to come to my party." And I was like, "Oh, that's what's up." And so that's right. And I was like, "God, I didn't make it." You know what I mean? Girl, let me tell you. Hey, look, don't let the bald head fool you, girl. Because it was the baby hair. Because I had some good hair. I had some pretty hair. But I had some waves. I don't finger waves though. Don't give me the finger waves.
Don't be trying to buzz on the finger.
Don't give me the finger waves. No, I had some. I used to wear my hair like Vaughn from School Days, so I used to have long hair, and then I cut it when I graduated from high school, because I was moving back to the States to go to college. I'm like, I know they're not rocking no curls, and so I cut it off. Then I know I get to Chicago, all these dudes got. I'm like, I could have left my hair. So I had my hair. It was like Tony when they first came out, when it was on the side, but it was like long on the top. And so I would wear my hair split down the middle like Vaughn did in School Days.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what my hair was. I mean, like,
trying to get him a Tisha
I
Campbell
was, bro.
time.
No, hey, true story. True story. And Tisha Campbell knows this. I was working at Music Land in the Water Tower place. Tisha Campbell came in with AJ Johnson. And AJ Johnson. And so I'm there. I'm a assistant manager at Music Land, right?
Uh-huh.
This is back in the day. Assistant manager at Music. And I told my cousin this. What's up, cousin? To me, she's out in LA. I'm in Music Land. And I see these two girls. And they look like little kids. Like, it's so crazy. I'm not like I'm like 8 foot tall. But they just look so young. This was back in 88 or 89.
Yeah, that was right around the time.
I know.
Days, wasn't it?
So School Days had come out, right? And so Tisha Campbell, AJ Johnson are in Chicago. Now, I didn't know that they were filming House Party at the time.
Okay.
All right? Not that they filmed in Chicago. They just happened to be in Chicago. I mean, they're probably traveling together, this, that, and the other. And so AJ Johnson says, hey, my friend wants to know who sings Buffalo Stance. Well, you know, back in the day, everybody knew it was Nina Cherry, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knew that. So I said, okay, I'm just trying to flip, right? And so I said, Nina Cherry, Buffalo Stance. She's like, oh, okay. And Tisha was kind of off in the cut, AJ was the wingman. And so AJ goes, my friend wants to know your name. And I said, well, tell your friend to come ask me, right? You know, and so Tisha Campbell comes over, right? Now, mind you, AJ Johnson was fine, all right? I'm trying to talk to AJ Johnson.
You didn't want those.
I didn't want to be Tisha, right? Because I didn't recognize her. No.
Oh,
I didn't recognize. She didn't have like the School Days. She didn't look like Jane at all,
Oh, okay.
right? And so, I mean, still pretty. Don't get me wrong, but AJ was Fizan, all right?
He
Fine.
said Fizan.
Fizan. So I'm trying to talk to AJ. It hits me that AJ is the wingman, so she's not going to go for it,
Okay.
right? So Tisha and I are talking. So she's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "My name's James." Yeah, I said, "I just moved here from Germany." She's like, "Oh my God, you speak German?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm speaking German." And so she was like, "Oh, yeah." And so we're talking, going back and forth, right? And so now I'm like, I can't talk to AJ. She's not going to do anything. And so now I'm ready to go to lunch because it was my break. And so I go, well, hey, listen, it was really nice meeting you. No, AJ goes, do you know who she is? I'm like, yeah, Tisha. No, she's like, do you know who she is? I go, I don't. And AJ goes, did you see School Days? I'm like, what brother did not see School Days? I'm in college. Of course I saw School Days. But she didn't look anything like, unrecognizable, like nothing like, and she goes, well, Tisha, she played Jane. I'm like, you lying, right? I'm like, you are lying. I know, right? Boom. And so Tisha's, cheesing, AJ's laughing. But again, I'm trying to talk to AJ. Black and beautiful. I'm just saying, flawless skin, everything.
Basically,
and so,
y'all.
yeah, yep. And so I'm not getting any play from AJ. So I said, hey, cool. I love School Days. It was really nice meeting you, right? Now, I wasn't a player. I wasn't like, oh, for real? All right, I'm a data actor. I wasn't. If I wasn't interested in you, I'm just not interested in you, right? And so I leave, right? I go to lunch. About 6 months later, House Party comes out. So I go back home to my college roommates. I'm like, dude, guess who just hit on me? They're like, who? I go, Tisha Campbell. They're like, who? Because we didn't know her real name. I said, Jane from School Day. They're like, you big dummy. I was like, I said, no, she didn't look like that though. She didn't look like that. I said, but the girl with her, AJ, she was whatever. Then School Days or House Party comes out, and there they are. And then it hits me. Dude, you could have been dating an actress. You could have been dating an actress. But again, I wasn't like that, right? Now, if AJ was by herself and whatever, I would have tried to date AJ. But Tisha was cool, don't get me wrong. I just wasn't attracted to her. But my friends were like, dude, you ain't gotta like her. I was like, no, I'm not. That's not how I'm built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man, true story. That was. I'll never forget that. And I gotta meet with Tisha when I get out to LA. We're hoping to do some stuff on a business idea we have. Anyway, that's another story.
Yeah.
We got Mustafa who's on. Mustafa, I apologize for having you hold. How you doing today, sir? Oh, G-Man, please.
I can easily tell you that. Go.
Wow.
You had the detectives when they did when they was doing the documentaries and the breakdown. There's a lot of people that was involved in it. And one of the things, and that's why I be telling people, you have to go back and listen and look at it. One of the things that came out of it was that the car, there was bullets fired from the inside of the car. Facts. Facts. Right. So like I said, you got to go, like, if a cop said that it was bullets fired from inside of the car, right? And then you got all the other ones that saying the bullets was fired from outside. Think about this for just a second. If a bullet was fired on the inside of that car, or better yet, from where the bullets were shot at, you can see that none of them went through a window. All of them went through the door, right? But the door is supposedly bullet. The door is supposed to quote unquote be bulletproof or armored, right? Okay. So if a bullet skipped up and hit that man high in the head like it did, right? Right, got grazed. But they said that a bullet got fired from inside of the car. What would you say? I started saying, listen, if you go back, because they did a documentary with one of the officers that got fired from that situation, because it seemed like to me he was getting real hot and close to what he needed to know. But like I said before, you just got to go back and look at it. You know, the first question that every investigator, or if all of us know anything about investigation, you go by who would have had the most to gain. Think about it. On Park side, who would have had the most to gain from? Because who else could, I mean, think about it. Who else could it be? Nobody else had ties to Park as far as his music was concerned, as far as what he was doing money-wise, but should. So who would have had more to gain from? That's what they go by. They looking at the tops of the top. So when you get to the top of the top, who we got left? Okay.
Boom.
That, you know what? That could be possible, but think about this for a second. The man was in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, out of all places. Now, if that had took place in Los Angeles, okay, that'll sit well. But in Vegas, bro, if you try this on the side. So and you don't, and okay, that'd be just like saying you live here in Chicago. Okay, so let's try this, right? So let's say you get into it with somebody in Chicago, right? And then you go all the way over in New York. Somebody hit you all the way over from New York from something that happened in Chicago. Exactly. And when it comes, listen. Yeah, but you talk about how when we talking about what we talking about, when we go back and set all these things in order, as far as what was said, and you put things in context and you put them all together. Now you can make your own version of what it is, but I'm gonna go by what the original version is of who had what to gain. Because if you think about it, who was the people that made Death Row become what it became?
Hey, Mustafa, where are you calling from? That's what's up.
Okay,
hey, man, thank you for listening in another state. Hold on real quick. I got a shout out to Warren Majors. Okay, that's what's up. I love Cincinnati. I was there. One of my good friends got married in Worcester, Ohio. And I found out that the president of Rubbermaid has a house in Worcester, Ohio.
I was living out there in what part of that Ohio was? Dayton.
Dayton, okay.
I stayed out in Dayton for about a year. Yeah.
Was not okay. Shout out to my guy Warren Majors checking it out. What's up, Big Warren? I got to shout out to my people on Facebook.
Word.
Hey, Mustafa, thank you for calling in, brother, and thank you for listening.
Hey, brother. Hey, I like the way you think, bro. Keep me rolling like that, bro. Word.
All right, man. I'm up here eating cookies. My bad.
Give us more
Eating on
I'm all out of cookies. I'm all out of chocolate.
You
My
right,
son-
Patricia. I see it.
My
Y'all-
son made some chocolate cookies. Man, these are good.
Yeah, Patrice, I said the same thing about it too. But I said that about her a long time ago.
What about your you supposed to make
I'm doing a live, and one of my people on Facebook saying Natosha always been full of herself.
Natosha. Oh, one of the
From
SK. I mean,
Skate.
yeah.
Yeah, I
mean, I don't know,
always
but I
say
guess,
that about
wow.
her.
That's
The head, they quote unquote used to be heavy set. She really wasn't heavy set, to be honest though. She wasn't that heavy set. She just looked like she was.
Okay.
Yeah, she just, when you get pushed to the forefront like she did, it's one of those, oh well, I'm the diva of this group. But all of them was divas in their own way, but
Yeah.
she just went on a different level with her.
Yeah, but this was cool when I met them. I was like, okay.
What up, Kiki? But yeah, so yeah, this the thing, the stuff that's going on in the entertainment world is like, man, a lot of stuff that was happening back then starting to come to the forefront now. It was a lot of people behind it, man, behind that Fox situation. It was a lot of officers.
I gotta look that up, man.
Got kicked off the force because it seemed like they was getting too close to the situation. Man, it was so much conspiracy. But see, like I was saying about being hit, all the stuff that they have in Vegas, cameras everywhere. You telling me this car pulled up? Nobody seen the car after it did what it did, and nobody could tell. Then when they started breaking down the conspiracy, the officers who was doing the investigation, when they started pinning it back to who was doing what, who was connected to what, and just when it looked like it was getting to a point where they was going to close it up, they fired. So at the end of the day, think about it. Like I was saying, when they do investigations behind any murder, the first thing that comes to mind is what was the motive.
Right.
And they look at the closest people, because the closest people they come in contact with, they come to the one that was closest to that person at the time.
Gotcha.
Which would be family, friends, and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, that's pretty much how you come to what you come to. And like I said, you got to go back who came out on top. Now, Mustafa was saying, oh, don't say Suge Knight, but who ran Death Row? Because remember, Dr. Dre left.
Right.
It's like Suge got Snoop out of jail, but it wasn't for the road.
It wasn't nothing. Yeah, all that stuff was pretty much what it was. And like now, Snoop owns Death Row now.
Okay.
Because he went ahead and bought it from Suge. But like I said, when you look at the motive, who had the motive? Because even when you go back and look at Notorious B.I.G., okay, the man went all the way out to Cali. Puff was the one that issued, hey, let's go out there to Cali to celebrate the album. This is that back. I'm going back to Cali, right?
Wow, man.
Knowing that stuff wasn't that cool down just yet. It really wasn't. And we all knew that. So why would you go all the way out to Cali for that?
Man, if it comes out that Puff had anything to do with man,
look, y'all listen. All y'all out there in the world, y'all think I'm joking? Pull it up on YouTube.
No, I'm just saying. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you listen. You got bodyguards that was close to the situation. They talked about it. You got other singers that was close to the situation. They talked about it. And just like like Mustafa said about conspiracy. Okay, here's my thing about conspiracy. If everybody's saying the same stuff in these conspiracies, something true in there.
Right.
It's only a matter of breaking the pieces of the puzzle down to find out what part that's going to fit for the whole picture. But from the saying, they had been saying things about the music industry and how shady the music industry was. Right. And they said something in particular about the vehicle that Big was in. They said the vehicle had it was marked, like it had a sticker or something on there, like it was marked. So it's stuff like that that's coming out, that's flying around. And see, like I said, it's a matter of how you take something as far as a conspiracy, and because anything that comes out conspiracy, it started with a truth.
Yeah.
Now, anybody think I'm lying about what I'm saying? Go back and think about anything and everything you've ever been told in life. And I guarantee you somewhere in that conspiracy, you're going to find truth. It's
Yeah.
just like the word game. You started with one word, and by the time it got to you, it's a whole different word.
Right,
That's
right.
pretty much what it is. So you got those that was close to the situation, those who came up with a conspiracy, but a conspiracy starts from something.
Right.
9 times out of 10, it's a piece of truth.
Let me ask you a quick question. You think, changing the subject, you think John Morant learned anything or was from having a gun in a strip club?
Man, look, the man went to treatment for a half a week. Need I say more?
I bet you when he missed some of that money, he probably thought about that.
I ain't heard about him going nowhere back to treatment. If he doing it, he doing where ain't nobody talking about it.
Yeah, that was a PR thing.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna get some treatment.
He was like, I'm gonna go get treatment.
Faking.
And a week went by and he was done. And speaking of people doing it, like the situation with Mr. LeBron, who heard it pop. Man, listen. From the doctor's notes, they said it was a torn ligament.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have a torn ligament and be ready within a week and a half span?
I know.
He had on a brace. The man was rolling around on a knee wheelchair
Right,
and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, he's ready by the time playoffs getting ready to come.
Yeah.
Call it 773-591-390.
No,
Well, I tell you
don't.
what, I'm not a fan of LeBron. I mean, I like the brother, but I have his rookie card. I bought his rookie card 20 years ago for $5 at a sports memorabilia place, right? It's worth about a little over $20,000. But me being in tech, I talked to some young brothers. We were talking, and I'm actually about to convert it to an NFT, and I'm going to create 500 LeBron James NFTs, right?
Ooh.
And so what's going to happen is next year, LeBron's going to break the 40,000 point. So he broke the record.
Man,
Right.
the way they do
20
that.
years later.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, but he broke the record was like 39,000 or something like that, right? So next year he's going to break 40. Those cards will almost probably triple or quadruple because I'm making a limited number of them. So I'm originally I was going to sell the original one that I have for like 20-some thousand because I'm like, it ain't doing nothing for me sitting in the crib.
Yeah.
Now another guy was like, JP, when he retires, that card's going to be that's cool. I'll take the 20-some thousand now. I'm like, Price is Right. You want to take the 2,000 now, or do you want to? No, what is that? What is that show? Let's make a deal, right? So, but yeah, so I'm about to convert those to NFTs in the next 2 weeks. And anyway, thank you, G-Main. Thank you, Moraceta.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You've heard another show of the 1921 radio show. It's on and popping. We got a lot to go, and here comes the music. That means I'm out.
Hey.
This mug.
Don't forget, y'all, next week,
Bernie Mac.
we getting ready to do something different now. I got my own show now. Yeah, it's going to be me and my co-host,
Peace.
Mo.